Good morning, fellow Academy55 members. David Kahn here with another hour of Academy55 indicator trading for educational purposes, trading and trading. Here we are on Wednesday, the 13th of March, and it's 5 to 8 in the morning. We're on the minute time frame on the EUR/USD, and for all those who are premium members, welcome. Nice to see you in the room. You get to see this live, and all the other people are obviously watching the recording, which we will be putting up shortly, later on in the morning. So, getting on with it. Congratulations if you were here at 7:20 this morning. We had a sell alert, red trend, red wave, and then the stop loss would go right where the wave started to turn red. Coincidentally, doesn't happen all the time, but the trend line was red in the same place as well. So that's a double confirmation of where you should put your stop loss. And you would have got yourself just a 2-to-1 at the minute. So if you was around about then, congratulations, you've already got your 2% today. And you should be utilizing this as a training exercise. And please don't take part in any live trading. So as you can see here, I have drawn up support and resistance lines for myself, just as points of interest, where price likes to dance along sometimes, and if there's enough volume, it will break through. If there's not enough volume, it'll bounce and maybe go back the other way again. But the indicator puts us in the right situation. So on the hourly time frame, the last candle we did, I like to draw up the top of the last hourly candle and the bottom of the last hourly candle. And as we can see here, there's a big wick at the top and a big wick at the bottom, indicating an indecision candle. So they're indecisive at the moment, which way on the higher time frames to take price. And at the moment we have a buy alert. We got the green trend line. I'm going to wait till after 8 o'clock. So I'm going to be doing a bit of housekeeping, making sure of my MT4. I'm on the EUR/USD on the 1 minute time frame, and the trade assistant says 1%, making sure that these are all marked purple. The lot calculator and the risk to reward 2-to-1, that already comes out of the box. So at the moment we're 1 minute to 1 minute to 8, and potentially looking for a buy. So I'm going to be putting the lines on and anticipating where the stop loss would be, and the stop loss would be where the wave started to turn green, which is there. And we might be in for a buy straight away because we got all the indications. Parallel SAR underneath the price, green, green, green. And possibly looking to fill these imbalanced areas up here. We don't know. But I want to see it break away from this a little bit more. And of course, we haven't got that 8 o'clock candle just yet. So we will wait to see what happens on the 8 o'clock candle. Usually on the hour, a little bit more volume comes into the market. So I'm going to wait just just a little bit longer before I'm potentially into a buy situation. It's dancing around this area, and indeed we are in a bit of a consolidation for the last minute. We want to make sure we're away from consolidation. Consolidation is a sideways movement. Not many strategies work in sideways movement areas. So we want to have a little more confirmation of that. So I'm going to be taking a buy because we have a buy alert. Power SR is underneath the price. The trend line is green. The waves are green. And I will be obviously looking for price to go up to here. And if it comes down and takes me out, I lose 1%. This is the way it is. But this is the trade. Because price is above the purple line now. So when price goes above the purple line, it's an indication that price wants to go higher, a buy trend. When price is underneath the purple line, it's an indication that price wants to go lower, a sell trend. And that's why we have that purple line. The bias is for more of a buy situation. Price wants to go up away from this purple line. And then when price goes below the purple line, price wants to go down away from the purple line. That is the significance of that purple line. So as you can see here, price has just started to poke his head above the purple line. And now the hope is, because we've got the signals here, that price will want to carry on going above. And if there's volume in the market, obviously it will do just that. But it is what it is, and we are now at 3 minutes past 8, and already we are in, well, I am in the trade. My stop loss went on where the wave started to turn red. Sorry, where the waves, sorry, I do apologize. Get rid of this just for a minute. I think you press that, yeah. Where the wave started to turn green, the wave was red, red, red. Then it started to turn green, and right there, because that is the closest point to my entry, that is where the stop loss was. And the trend line was green, but that's underneath where the wave started to turn green. So that's why my stop loss is where it is. And I've got, thanks to the trade assistant, I've got a 2-to-1 up here. Well, actually, it said it was a little bit out. I don't know why that would be, but not by a large amount. But usually it says 2. It's in 1.95%, and I've got 1.05% on the stop loss. That's what mine says, and I don't really know why, but I'm in the trade now, and it's not that big a difference to fuss and worry about it too much. I'll be happy with 1.95% anytime. And that's why you can see those figures there. So now, like I say, we're in the trade. And I want to measure it up on trading view as well. So I know the stop loss, my stop loss is at 1 point because the trader system tells me. I'm going to write this down for myself, so I'm going to mark it up on trading view. My stop loss is at 1.09246. Now to get my entry, I like to go get this line tool, and my entry is 1.09287. 1.09287. 1.09287. Just over 4.1 pips away. My stop loss is 4.1 pips away. So therefore my take profit is 8.2 pips. But you don't need to worry about that because the trader system works out your lot size and your calculations anyway. But now I can go back to trading view and I can mark all that up on trading view, which I'm going to do right now. Get the long position tool, and my entry was 1.09287. 1.09287 there. My stop loss was at 1.09246. 246, which is there. As you can see, more or less equidistance with where the wave started to turn green. So my 2-to-1 will be I say way, because we're on the minute time frame, it looks a long way. But in reality, that, like I said, it's 8.2 pips, which in the scheme of things isn't that big a deal, really. But for a minute time frame, it sort of is, if you know what I mean. So that's my take profit up there. So now I've got it drawn out on my trading view account. So we'll go back to MC4, and as I always say, this part is now you've placed your trade. There is absolutely nothing you can do about the trade, but you're not going to make the candles go any quicker by biting your nails or whatever you want to do. It's not going to go any quicker for you. It doesn't care whether you really need this trade because things haven't been going so great, or you just started and you'd like a really good start. Price will do what it's going to do. So the only thing you can do by watching this is harm your mental mindset, your mindset. And so go away and make a cup of tea or coffee, have a drink of water, walk the dog, whatever. By the way, I'm deleting this line now. So what you do is you highlight the line, double click it. And I don't know whether you can see that, it's very small for me even, but there's a little yellow box at the end of the line. That means it's active. So what you do is you right click and you press delete, and that gets rid of that line just to keep everything nice and uncluttered. So we're doing quite nicely at the moment, but I'm mindful that you know, it's not over till it's over. And it all very much depends on how much volume comes in at this time of the day. London has just opened and they're looking at the future for the EUR USD for the next few hours and where they want price to be. Obviously, we don't know that. And it all depends on how many rich companies are plowing money into the euro to make it stronger against the dollar at this time. We don't know that. All we've got is our indicator that we back tested fully. And we know that we have an over, well, around about 55 to 60% strike win rate at least. And then because we go after 1 to a 2 to 1 scenario, that means we could effectively lose 6 times out of 10. As long as we get 4 winners at the end of the 10, we will be winning. And we've done this time and time and time again. So the only, well, one of the biggest things you have to face as a trader is loss, and you will lose. Like I say, we have 60% winners. That means 40% of them lose. But if you look at the bigger picture from my journal, or if people have been here a while now, they should be making their own journals with their own wins and losses and go over the journals and discover the win rate like what we have in our own journals. You will determine that the bigger picture is okay. So if you have a loss, no big deal. The rules are we trade twice if we need to. If this wins, if we get a 2% win rate, we walk away today. If it loses, we lose 1%. And then if there is time and the opportunity arises itself, we can then trade again. And obviously, if it wins, we've won 1% on the day. But if it loses, we lose 2%. And there has been days when we have lost 2%. If anybody's been here a length of time, everything is documented in the back office. But again, by looking at the journals and the process, the natural process of the back testing and things, you will understand that that's just a little blip. And the bigger picture is we eventually get what we need by the end of the month. So watching all this stuff now, anybody with of an anxious disposition, parallel SAR's gone above price now. That's just a marker. And that may be an indication that indeed price is going to be taking a little dip. But so you're of an anxious disposition, seeing all that doesn't do your mental state any good at all. And indeed, price could come down here and then turn around back up again. We're already in the trade. It happens many, many times. Sometimes it does come down and take us out, sure enough. Sometimes it comes down here, it hits this purple line, bounces, and goes back the way we wanted to go towards our take profit. But by seeing all this, some people I can imagine might be biting their fingernails or whatever. This is little consequence to the actual price action because we trade what we see, not what we think. Now we're getting a little bit of volume. Price tends to congregate around the purple line a lot more than any of the other areas in the chart. So it could be that price wants to come down and revisit this purple line and go back up again. If there's enough volume for a bit of a sell, obviously it will go beyond that and take us out. But we got in, followed the rules. We had a buy alert. Parallel sell was underneath the price. The wave started to turn green. That's where the stop loss is. And we followed the rules. And that's what this Academy 55 strategy is all about, following the rules. So as I said, I'm in the trade now. And we just got to let it play out. I'm going to go silent for a little while. And I'll come back to you when there's something to say. Just wanted to point something out to people. If you notice the time on the MT4 says 11:26, where in fact it's 8:26 here in the UK. The fact of the matter is, it doesn't matter. That is the time that the broker puts on this MT4 and takes his feed from that time. It's totally irrelevant. They're usually about 2 hours in front of us. 8, 9, 10. But because of US savings, they're actually 4 hours behind us, where they're usually 5 hours behind us, but they have their US daylight savings, so that's why it says more. It's usually 10:27, not 11:27, but it's totally irrelevant, so don't worry about that at all. Unfortunately, during our trade now, we have gone into an area of sideways movement, consolidation, which is the bugbear of all strategies. What we need, obviously, is a volume push to take us, give us a new high, to take us on to our take profit. But that is up to price action. But this situation here, where we're seeing sideways movement for a number of hours now, a number of minutes now, is not good for any strategy. But this is how it is. It is what it is. Like I said, we're in the trade, so nothing we can do about it. Just keep on drinking that coffee, make a cup of tea or whatever. And indeed, if you do want to walk away from the screen completely, what you could do is we'll go to Trading View, and what we could do is get a line, a horizontal ray, put it equidistant with your take profit area, and you could right click and add an alert. If you don't want to be at your screen, but you still want to know what's going on, there's several ways you can do this. You could download MT4 for your mobile phone, and you can put write anything you want here. EUSD, hit my TP, and then create the alert, and you can get it to give you an email or a pop-up or whatever you want. So that's one way you can do that. Another way is if you drag it down there, and again right click. Sorry to do that again. Right click, add alert. And then you could write in EURUSD, hit my stop loss. Oh, don't write any rude words. And create. That's one way you could do that. If you don't want to be looking at your screen all the time. Like I said, the other way is to come back to your screen, or download MT4 for your mobile and carry that around with you. That is an option as well. Anyway, so here we are. I'll shut up again now. We're still in this sideways movement. But it's like when you go out for a run. If you can imagine, I haven't done that for years, but you're running up a big hill, you get out of breath, get your breath, and carry on again. And that's a scenario you can imagine that's what Price is doing. It's gathering energy again, so it can then gain energy to carry on. But if it could carry on one way or the other, it'll gain volume to carry on up, or it could gain volume to carry on down. This is trading, but we have trust in our indicator. That's 60% plus times it comes good. So I'll go quiet again now. I just wanted to point out something that I've noticed from price as it is doing now. So we go back to trading view. And I wanted to point this out. Just here, where I put the line, this line here is the top of the previous hourly candle, this blue line. And as you can see, it's a fairly important one because it's respected it there, kind of, respected it there as well. So this is obviously a big hurdle to find the volume to get over that. So we need a bit more volume to go into the trades to get over this line here. And if we do that, if there's enough volume to do that, then this line here, because it's acting as resistance at the moment, because it's resisting price. But if it goes over there, gets over that line, it can then act as support. Then, just like it's done there, it can do the exact opposite and act as support, but it needs a lot more volume to get over that line, and whether it will or not remains to be seen. But I just wanted to point that out. Back to our trade. More consolidation. It might be, hopefully for us, it might be gathering enough orders, buy orders, gathering buy orders to get that volume push, to push it over this area here. But we will wait and see what happens with that. as you can see, buyers and sellers are definitely having a little bit of a struggle at this line here. So that's quite a significant area at the minute for 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 future daily operations. And that's a random number. So on the side there, so obviously the investors and bankers know why that is a significant area, because they can see all the orders, we can't. So like I say, we trade what we see, not what we think, but it's quite obvious that that is a significant area. Hopefully we'll get a big buy order come in with enough volume to push us further towards our target. It seems like they are, powers that be are making a big well, not a decision on what they wish to do because of this. I'm not going to say it's big, but it's an indecision candle where you have a wick above, then the body of the candle, and then a big wick below. That is a big, what we call an indecision candle. So they've reached a point now where they're really deciding what they want to do, whether they want to carry on buying the euro, or because effectively this could carry on for quite a long time until somebody makes a decision, or until there's a bit of news, or we don't know. But like I say, we don't care because we're already in the price, in the trade. We're already locked in, and we'll just have to wait and see what happens. Okay, so that's good. Now they've broken this area here now, so this line here can now act as support. Hopefully it will act as support. In other words, price could come down, bounce off this line, and then carry on back up again. It may do that because it's been resistance for so long now. And now actually this line can act as support, which is good news for us. But what this is just a bit of my thinking on these things, but it's of no consequence. You don't need to understand this really. The indicator does all the work for us. It's just a bit of advanced knowledge that I've acquired over the years. But like I say, it has no bearing on the fact that we're already in the trade. We've trusted the indicator, we've followed the rules, and we are awaiting our fate one way or the other. As a former DJ, I would have queued in then Debbie Harry, Blondie, one way or another. Yeah. I really will mute. Sorry, you'll be glad of that. Another point to mention, if somebody has been late to our live trading this morning, you notice that we have a buy alert, power outsides underneath the price, a green volume ribbon, green trend. So you may wish to take a trade. But for us here, we're already in a trade. Please do not take another trade until this trade is done its course. But for anybody late to the party, buy, Parasar, the wave. Let's go to trading view. In hindsight, it's a bit too early. Well, because the trend line has to be underneath the price, and as you can see, price is not really above this trend at the minute. Not enough. Because you've got to be at least 2 pips away, and indeed, we are now. The candles as they are now are actually a sell candle, obviously. But so you'd want price to be up here somewhere, and then 2 pips. So 32. Right. All right, we have a bit of a sell off there. Anyway, so yeah, you need price to do that. Let's see where we are. Yeah, you'd want price to be more than 2 pips away from the trend line, because that's where you want your stop loss on the trend line, because it's far too close to the entry. It's only if you entered here for example, 32, trend line was only 1 pip away. So you need price to be up here to get into the trade, following the rules. So you wouldn't be in a trade yet until price got up to this area here. And then obviously your 2 to 1 would be up here somewhere. And now you can't get into the trade because the parallel SAR is flipped. And it's all because this trend line is far too close to price where you wanted to put your entry. Really, it's not a preferred situation to be in, but we're already in this trade here. Just drag that across a bit because this could go on for quite a while. We don't know. And I've only got another 7 minutes left on this recording. So if anybody wants to take a screenshot of that, you've got the coordinates. And then I'll move it onto the MT4. You can take a screenshot of that so you know where you are. So I'll move on over to the MT4. Take a screenshot of that, and I'll leave it there anyway until for the next 7 minutes, and we will see what happens. So as you can see, ladies and gentlemen, I am rapidly approaching the time where my hour is up for recording purposes. Price is now indeed hugging around the EMA purple line 462. We are locked into the trade. It could still go our way. Well, it could go one way or another, obviously. It hasn't, the volume hasn't been that great this morning. And the directional, but we're not to know that. That's hindsight. But we follow the rules. And hopefully we will have a better outcome. But it could take quite a while for it to happen. We're locked in. And if we do face a 1% loss, so be it. You can then trade under your own steam for the rest of the day. The preferred time now is 2 to 3 in the afternoon. It usually is 3 to 4, but because of US daylight savings, things are altered a little bit just for these next couple of weeks before we actually go on our daylight savings at the end of the month. So 2 to 3 would be a good time for the EUR USD. And of course, we've got the option of 6 till 7 on the US 100 later on this evening for another trade if this hits our stop loss, but we don't know yet. Also, yeah, 6 till 7 this evening for the US 100. It should be 7 till 8 on most of the year, but then again, because of US daylight savings, it's thrown us out a bit. So we leave it there. So thanks very much for coming along today, and we'll see you again tomorrow. Bye for now.